So, if you find yourself in this situation, would you consider returning to Nigeria or staying back in the Western country where you are? This is a story of a Nigerian couple, true life story. They moved to the UK in 2023. That was 2 years ago, but currently they are back to Nigeria. They are back again, So at the end of this video, I will say my 2 cents and you will also give your thoughts, So here is their story. Hi Tochi, please keep me anonymous. I don't even know who to talk to again. I just decided to write you because you always speak about migrant life honestly. My family and I came to the UK in 2023 on a health and skilled worker visa. We spent everything we had and even what we didn't have. We paid £12,000 for the COS, visa fees, NHS, flights, and first rent deposits. In total, it was over £16,000. We sold our car, borrowed money from 2 family members, and resigned from our jobs because we believed that once we enter UK and settle, we can clear our debts. Everyone has the same mentality moving abroad. But just 6 months after we arrived, the company that sponsored me lost their license. This is true. It happened to a lot of migrants who came in on the COS. That was the beginning of our nightmare. After that, both my husband and I were trying to find new job that could sponsor our visa. We applied to dozens of companies, but immigration rules were changing and tightening at the same time. Many employers said they couldn't offer sponsorship and others simply didn't respond. Months passed, no sponsor, no income. Our little savings were running out. We had to make a difficult decision. Rather than stay illegally, we decided it was better to return to Nigeria. I don't blame you guys. Yes, because staying illegally in the country is the worst nightmare anybody could face. So they returned to Nigeria. We moved back to Akure, Ondo State. Thankfully, we were able to find jobs here. My husband is earning 100,000 Nigerian naira and I am earning 120,000 naira. Somebody who was formerly in the UK. Okay, they returned to Akire. Thank God they were able to find jobs. We are managing for now, but life is still really hard. Of course, it should be. If you have tested pounds and you move back to Nigeria, sustainability will be a bit difficult. I had the same experience when I returned from UK to Nigeria. Picking up a 50,000 naira job was difficult for me, and that was even in 2013. Okay, we had debts from the UK move, and while we have managed to pay back most of them, we still have one person left to pay. They are still paying back debts from the people they borrowed money to move to the UK at first. We thought maybe we could start a business, but we came back with almost nothing because debts were still here. The worst part is the emotional side. People think we failed. They don't understand what really happened. Sometimes it feels like we are starting life again from zero at our age. I can imagine. How do we start again in Nigeria when we have lost everything? What business can someone start with almost nothing? How do we rebuild confidence, career, and income? I know Nigeria is really expensive right now, and it's really taking a toll on us. I don't regret trying, but we don't know how to move forward anymore. If you can share this with your audience, just like I'm sharing with you now because the person permitted, and maybe someone who has been through the same thing can guide us. Guys, this is a nightmare of a lot of people in the UK. It's a lot more. They even tried to have someone the courage to have moved back to Nigeria. a country whereby you don't have to wake up thinking that your visa is running out and blah, blah, blah. They came in 2023, which was 2 years ago. I am wondering how long the visa they came in with, because some people are still in this present predicament at this moment. Normally they give 3 years visas, or like 5 years, 3 or 5 years maximum to some people, apart from doctors that will get 1 year. Yeah, if they had came in on a 3 years visa, that means that visa is currently still running. It has not expired. That the company that brought you, their license got revoked, doesn't mean that you should leave the country. Yes, practically you should keep trying. This is also why it is good to join a lot of groups here, like Yoruba groups, Igbo group, Nigerian group in general. They provide a lot of information. In my Igbo group, there was a time they asked people whose COS company was revoked or something to join a particular group, that they will help them get COS. And there's another group somebody introduced me to on Facebook, Nigerian Women in the UK. It's a Facebook group. In case you are a woman watching me and you need help, you go there. They have different things. If you want to start any career, any job, they have people looking for COS. I saw that. They have different subgroups. So once they accepted you, you go through all of this list and see the one that you would like to join. I'm just there on the general group, but I'm sharing this with you in case you are looking for an opportunity. If you want to start any form of career, cleaning job, or they have people that will teach you, in that women group. So please, this is the essence of identifying and speak up. Don't just hide and keep. Interact with people. You never can tell where you would find help, that thing you are looking for. I shared my experience here, how I was able to get help with child care to a family who I don't even know where they are from up till now. The woman is black, but her accent is thicker than that of the British people, and the husband is Oyibo. But this has been the family helping me with school run in the morning. You can imagine, from nowhere. So talk. You keep hiding. Look, this country is not Nigeria, whereby you share how the thing they do you, somebody else would laugh at you. You don't know if the person has the solution you are looking for. This is not to apportion blame, And another alternative aspect would have been you guys moving to a different country, maybe a nearby country, like Germany is there. I know language is a big barrier, but in Germany they speak both English and language. Switzerland, Netherlands, all other countries around here, Nigeria is not a death sentence. Our people are surviving there. Some people are Japanda, going back home, but those ones that are going back home, forget that they come here to share. Oh, we have Japanda back, oh, Japanda. All of them. Somebody like Melissa Oti, she has her indefinite leave to remain in the UK if she doesn't even have permanent UK residency permit. She has Canadian residency permit. And who else again that Japan? We know Somako. That one don't become British citizen ages ago. And a whole lot of them, So guys, it is good you open up to people. Let me share, starting a business is another point. I am happy that this couple were able to have gotten a job, that is sustaining them right now. They are just perfect couple, if you should ask me. Yes, for both of them to have come together, agreed to have taken that bold step of moving back home. Irrespective of what people would say, they didn't bother. And they were indebted to people. They still decided to go back home. You can imagine that. That was just a big step. Somebody made a post in the comment section here. Dear poster, leaving the UK was a big mistake. No, it wasn't a big mistake, because having to stay in a country without papers is something that is a big mistake anybody could embark on. We had similar issues. You might learn from this person's experience. This is exactly why I'm reading her comments, because it is very important. We had similar issues. And that's why I am commenting. I came in 2023, the same time this other woman and her husband came into the UK. As well, with no job on the visa. Yours even had job and you worked for 6 months. My company license was revoked 2 months after I arrived UK. People, they suffer. And forever since then, till today you are reading this, I have been doing 20 hours. Why my husband works full time. This is also a couple talking. How can you say no job in the UK? In the process of doing my 20 hours, I was able to save little money. I met a company that does application for people, only NHS. That's how I landed a job with sponsorship. Like someone said, you lack the right information. You didn't get the right information. Hence, going to Nigeria was the option for you. Probably they didn't open up talking to people. I am not blaming you. You might have spoken to people, but it depends. And church also help. Yes, I just started attending Redeemed Christian Church of God. You know, I'm dressed today, Sunday. I went there today. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a parking space. I had to come back. I will go to the next church nearby. Sorry, I will go to a church that is nearby me. You know, at 10:30 in about 10 minutes time. You know, so when I went to that Redeemed Church, the first day they welcomed me, they took me to a separate room. They asked me if I have any needs, and and I've been there for like 4 times now. After church, they will ask people, do you have any needs? They will even make public announcement, COS, blah blah blah. You can come over. They talk to you. They can help you. Please identify. This is a foreign land. We have come from afar. If you don't talk, nobody would know how to help you. This is why children in this country are always advised to use their words, because when they say, they will know how to render help to them. Join a group, join all the statutory bodies, organizations in this country, and learn to speak up. Okay, like someone said, you lack the right information. You didn't get the right information, hence going to Nigeria was the option for you. Your license was revoked. Doesn't mean you have lost it all. Even though they revoked that license, your visa hasn't been revoked. Yes, but a company's license that brought you got revoked. Your visa did not expire, isn't it? This is what they advise people on all of this group. That visa is still valid until 5 years, until 3 years, depending on the duration, your visa validity. So that they revoke your company's license doesn't mean you should go. You should keep fighting, trying. Unless it is up to 1 month or even days, you can pack your bag and leave. The last time I left the UK in 2013, it was just 2 weeks to my visa expiration. That was when I packed my car and leave. Yes, so I did not exceed my visa validity in the UK. So probably you might still have like 1 year or even 2 years plus, because you came in 2023. I don't know. Maybe you came in with 2 years visa, you know. Let's go on. But normally for those on health and care workers visa, it's 3 years, some 5 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't get a permanent job just until last month. Sometimes when I see people's stories, I am like, is this not the same UK that I am in? I have traveled to Scotland to go for interview. I have traveled to different places in the UK just to go for interviews. I even borrowed money to go for some, and thank God I got what I wanted. Another thing I want to point out is that you are staying in the city area of the UK. You know, when it is difficult as this, learn to apply to jobs within the countryside, those places. Yes, you can commute, walk in the countryside and return to the city if you want. Or carry your kaya, move. No countryside where they don't have lights, where they don't have all the social amenities. You know, the only thing is that buses don't normally come on time. Maybe buses can be coming 2 times within 1 hour in the countryside area. Then you are at the best moving down to that countryside. Hence, what you are looking for is to get a job that will be paying you and your family. So look for jobs within those countrysides, those rural areas. These are where they are looking for people. If you are watching me and you are in this predicament, your COS has been revoked or the company's COS, try this alternative of applying within. They are looking for people to give this COS. You know, there are people, they don't like such areas. Now, you can imagine this person. She traveled all the way from this England than to Scotland in search of jobs. Scotland is a different area of UK. It's like a different country. Scotland, Edinburgh, to look for job. And she went on, just like you, I almost gave up and was thinking of relocating to another country if I didn't get serious. But not Nigeria. She was considering moving to a nearby country and not Nigeria. This person didn't want to go back home at all. We paid our loan for 1 year. We came to the UK. So it's not only you. Everything is about planning and re-strategizing. Did Home Office send you 60 days to leave before you pack your bags for Nigeria? People will always assume you have failed. You should have returned to Nigeria when you have good business in place to generate more funds. Yeah, people will always assume, but assumption be they not touch you, stay like that. You knew what you saw in the UK. You knew how it was. You didn't want to like stay here and become what is it called? Illegal in the UK. That would be the worst nightmare. You had your reputation back in Nigeria. You didn't want to suffer and start sleeping around, begging people for food and struggling, hiding from police and security people, so it wasn't a bad decision. Just for you to pick up your pieces, I am happy that both of you already taking up jobs back home, 100,000, 120,000, keep managing it, pay up those you are owing, those you borrowed money to have come to the UK. As time goes on, you save up money, you can go into agriculture. The place where you are in Nigeria, Akure, Ondo State, is a land of agriculture. They have vast land there. We've seen a lot of people here on YouTube, people who traveled all the way from abroad, developing, going into farming, fish farming, fruits farming, that's orchard, all the plantations, some plantain I have seen in Danica Kosti's channel, different tomato farming, a whole lot of that. You guys can think towards that direction. It doesn't mean that you guys have failed. No way, far from it. But I hope if you are watching me, you have learned one or two things here in case you are in this situation. Please share this video to reach to others who are currently going through this. A lot of people have their company COS being resolved, and they are struggling. This video might help them start rethinking, speak, talk to people, go to church, go to mosque, speak, join a Nigerian group, ask in that group publicly. Even if you don't want to use your name, you just say you are asking on behalf of my friend. One or two persons will give you link. And remember, if you are a woman, join the Women in the UK group on Facebook. Join them. Once they welcome you, navigate through, you will see a whole lot of subgroups. Yes, whatever you need is there. People will help you out. Okay, thank you once again for watching. Please do not forget to like this video, subscribe, and keep coming back for more. Some to off will go to church now. Thank God the church is just 2 minutes walk. All right, bye.